Today we continue with the double or nothing-a-thon. Specifically, it is dralii's run. Dralii has played against Joria so far. You should see that on the YouTube odds if you're watching back. He has now decided to double it against Rebmob. So we're going to have him play Rebmob here in a couple minutes. Also, we had rolled the wheel for Juicy, and he's already been decided. We couldn't get him in as quick, so that's why we did some switching around. But he will be dralii's opponent if Dralii decides to keep going. That does make it a little bit easier for him to know whether or not to double, but there's going to be some logistical issues that are going to lead to stuff like this. Anyways, let's get into Dralii versus Rebmob. Best of 7 for 6250. Chat, here we go. It's Rebmob versus Dralii in a continuation of the double or nothing contest, the double or nothing a-thon that we have been running. Dralii is at level 2. Our first match played at level 2. We've played a couple level 1 matches. Dralii was able to win against Joria's and has elected to go again. The wheel has selected him Rebmob, who currently has Nip as his clan. Wait a second. Leaks. Rebmob going to be on Nip, even though I think Nip's roster is already announced. Maybe Nip sub? Maybe it's Nip something else. Dralii is definitely on the Falcons, which is the club he is displaying in game. And Dralii seems to want to go the distance in terms of trying to make as much money from this double or nothing-a-thon as possible. And he is certainly favored against almost everybody in the tournament, but there are a couple people that should give him a run for his money. Now, Rebmob is not one of those guys, and I won't be the one to necessarily tell you how likely he is to win as he goes to negligible 50. There is no goals yet so far. I'll let chat tell you by checking at their prediction, which has 88% in favor of Dralii. They're considering Rebmob a big underdog here, even though he has started off pretty strong. I'm going to end submissions on the predictions now that we've seen the first goal go in. But I'll tell you what, if I was predicting and watching that first minute, even with Dralii scoring the first goal, I think I would actually feel pretty good about what I'm seeing from Rebmob. That, though, leaves a bit to be desired. Can he actually recover to this? No, he won't. Every musty flick, every air-dribble flick needs to be so strong in these high-level 1v1s. And if it's not going to be with insane power, it needs to be placed high. So Rebmob lacking both of those and getting himself a counterattack goal. Dralii, or getting counterattacked on himself, I should say. Wave dash kickoff for Rebmob's not going to pay off here, as Dralii might have taken a minute to get going, and now he's got himself a 3-goal lead. Dralii, wave dash kickoff again. Another kickoff that looked like it was going to go in his favor, but Rebmob does have control. He touched this a little bit strong and closed a lot of his space that he could work with to make a great setup, and ultimately came away with no shot attempt. Afraid to challenge early, or maybe not necessarily afraid, it's not the right word. Rebmob deciding not to challenge early and get flicked over the top. He's going to shadow here at the beginning of the match, and he needs to show that his aerial gameplay is there. He got the reset over the top, but he could not get the double in. Low 50 from the mob, picks up the midfield 100. If you've never seen Rebmob before, the last time he played on stream was actually when we had a timer on screen like we do now for the double or nothing-a-thon. And that was when he played in the 9-to-5-a-thon, the constant king of the hill. We needed somebody from chat to sub in and play against the pros because we had run out of pros in the queue. And Rebmob was randomly selected, and then he went and won. And it turns out Rebmob, I knew was kind of a good player up and coming, but he really proved just how good he was by getting multiple wins against top players. He's going to pogo right now, far away from the net. He has a great bounce at 50. Can't quite get it in. So a pretty decent attempt from Rebmob on the pogo. It wasn't him just farming clips there. I mean, it was one of his stronger attacks he's had so far, but he has not been able to score. And Dralii, great little wall pinch first touch, and then doubles it in to punish. And it's 5-0. The mob has yet to put on a goal. If you haven't seen the selection process that shows up at the end of all the matches for when they, select their next player, we have tier listed the players who want to play in this tournament, and it is a little bit more likely early on in the contest to pick players that have been tiered a bit lower. So Rebmob has, to be fair, the most, you know, percent chance you could have to get selected here early, which does make him an underdog. Dralii, on the other hand, had as tough of a chance of getting selected as possible. Dralii was not supposed to be picked early because he very clearly can make a big run and take all our money. But RNG is RNG, and Dralii was selected despite the odds being against him. And now he's looking to make a big run. And now I wonder if he's looking to see if he can potentially win this without letting Rebmob score, because that would be certainly a domination that we've never seen before. It's not often you even see games where people are completely shut out. And if you're looking at this and thinking, I've never heard of Rebmob, I haven't seen him on top teams. He hasn't been making top 16s in our LCS with his 3v3 team. Reset shot, top shelf, there he is. Proven that he can game at the highest level. I believe he is top 60 or so on the 1v1 leaderboard. And that is just, you know, what these top guys can do to even the best players. You might be thinking, oh, who's this? You know, if you haven't watched Rocket League, seeing him get 6-0'd by Dralii, oh, is this a Grand Champ 2? Is this, you know, maybe a guy who's just barely SSL? No, this is a pro player who is top 100 ranked and has been higher than top 60 in the past. It's just Dralii has been playing that well. And here we go, Rebmob. Now 2 straights. Never gave up in this game. Maybe Dralii pulling off the gas a little bit. But even if he does, that's going to help Rebmob's mental out a lot. And now he's within 4. He needs to win every single kickoff from here on out if he wants to entertain winning this game, which probably he doesn't really need to. I think this game is chalked. What he's trying to play for right now is some momentum going forward. Did not get faked out by Dralii. That is a really good sign. Sure, he's respecting Dralii and his ability, but not also panicking like crazy as if every single touch from Dralii will scare him. Rebmob has the third. And with 30 seconds left to go, he pops this one up to himself and goes over the top of Dralii to play keep away. Still needs really strong kickoffs if he wants to bring it back. Dralii resets, wave dash. Every shot that Dralii takes wastes time for Rebmob. So I do think game number 1 is going to be his. Now the question is, did Dralii pull off the gas in a meaningful way? Did these 3 goals that Rebmob scored, and that was not even going to go in. So the last 3 goals were scored by Rebmob as he seemed to be gaining some momentum. Was it because Dralii let him have it? It'll be clear in game number 2. Game number 2! Rebmob with 3 straight goals. Can he continue that? And make game number 2 just a little bit more interesting. Rebmob forced into a Diaz challenge, has the reset, goes down and plays it safe. I think that was the right decision based on the setup. Dralii not immediately taken through the air, instead to the ground. Rebmob trying to pre-jump. Now Dralii will actually take it in the air, forcing a late jump from the mob, but the mob manages to take it away. And now we'll try and pass to himself. First touch reset to bring this back on target. This play leaves a bit to be desired, but I actually like how he finished it with that final touch. Recognition that was not going to be a goal, and that instead he should play it on a second chance, and Dralii turned his brain off. Dralii forgot to keep the brain on the back wall, and I don't know what he was hoping for. He just wanted his aura to scare Rebmob and make him leave. But Rebmob says, I'm going to take the free goal if you give it to me. Nice low 50. Can Rebmob get the angle on the backflip? No. And he will have to pop this up to try and buy himself time, but he does maintain possession. Now Rebmob up to ceiling heights. Resets. Ground pinch. Oh my goodness, Rebmob. He has now scored 5 straight. The series started with Dralii scoring 6. Now Rebmob puts in his 5th in a row over the course of the past 2 games, and he does so with a 121 km/h pinch. And apparently he's live. Twitch.tv/Rebmob_RL if you didn't know already. Or maybe he isn't live, he just wants you to follow. I don't mind shouting him out. Dralii gives him the question mark. There is a famous there is a famous emote in chat called Stop Type that was made because Rebmob could not stop typing when playing against Nas, and Nas told him to stop type. So get used to him chatting a little bit whenever he plays. He's going to wall dash pinch this one out to Dralii and let him get his second. So the Rebmob streak is over, and Dralii's had enough of getting clipped on. He has gotten enraged by seeing the TTV Rebmob _RL. Power shot to try and punish Dralii for going for boost. And he did maybe force Dralii not to pick it up. You see Dralii did not get the 100 because he recognized maybe I need to cover this long shot. Question is now, can the mob get back to stop this? He will. Forced into net by the double jump shot from Dralii, and not the best first touch, I wouldn't think. Rebmob might even be able to get a possession here. Yeah, so Dralii's first touch did relinquish control of the ball. Now Rebmob on a setup that is way too strong in the first pop. Something he cannot follow up with almost anything. Is he going psycho? Oh my goodness. He does decide to double it into the corner, which is still a really strong clear. Now long shotting to try and punish Dralii, and he does! Rebmob back in the lead. Dralii has to be careful. The mob can play. If you checked out after Dralii's first 6 goals and said no way he can handle the heat, certainly you recognize now that he can. Dralii double jump though, reading the Rebmob, will equalize. Dralii probably going to win this kickoff as he'll be first back to ball and has 100 boosts. Rebmob can't stop him on the first take, but does force him to go high. Now attempting to counter. Could not get the follow-up. Ooh, was that? No, that wasn't an open net miss. I think if we watched it from Rebmob's POV, the low boost he was at, I don't think he could have put that on target. Dralii resets so hard to guard, but Rebmob does exactly that. I really like what I've seen from Rebmob in terms of his patience on the goal line while defending against one of the most mechanical players in the game. He seems very unfazed and knows not to give too much respect. Those fakes can often be what get past you and do you in, and Rebmob's not allowing that. He is staying low to the ground and forcing Dralii to make plays if he wants to score. Rebmob gonna have to give up this possession, but every time he's left the ball, he's been in big trouble, so you could see very intentional decision to turn back on it. Problem is Dralii has created himself a ISO situation all the same by not diving in, and he has just looked too good on his ground game. When he's able to get a carry, his flicks have been able to punish Rebmob. 106 kilometers per hour from him there, and he is back in the lead. It does feel like Rebmob has to constantly be in the lead to really feel like his chances are high. He did a delay kickoff that worked really well, but then his power shot was way too weak from what it needed to be to try and score off of it. Should be able to back pass this to himself. And now he's going to start a dribble out of the air. His mechanics error. Oh, not the best protection. He did not expect this early challenge. I think he had time to land and jump. Maybe not. Just relinquished control of the ball by letting it fall too far away from him. So a 2-goal lead for Dralii. The mob hype has been quieted in the chats as Dralii is retaking control. Dralii, another great bit of control, 50. Rebmob drops him the nice one, and we're right back where we were before. The end result is the same, a 6-3 lead for Dralii with a minute left to go. It means it's going to have to be kickoffs all in favor of Rebmob the rest of the way. Rebmob gets demo. Dralii's just looking for another demo. Instead of going for the ball, He wanted to get a second demo, and now wanted the full field redirects. Clearly, he's feeling comfortable here against Rebmob, even despite going down early in the game. Rebmob a chance once again to maybe get a clip and get something going here. He will get a goal. Okay, 22 seconds. Especially with the cheeky dribble mix-ups. Oh, sorry, not dribble mix-ups. Kickoff mix-ups that Rebmob's been doing. Maybe there's a chance. Goes standard this time. Does win it into the corner. Hard to get it off the wall and get an angle on net. dralii going to prevent him from getting it in front. But he has himself a possession. That touch, though, probably ends it, barring a miracle pinch that goes straight to the net, which I think is why Rebmob went for it. He's pre-jumping to stop this one. dralii gets one more. 7-4. dralii continuing to walk in the park through Rebmob. Will this be a 4-0? We've seen signs of greatness from here and there from Rebmob. These guys like dralii, these guys like Moxie, these S-tier 1v1ers. You have to be great for 5 straight minutes. And he makes it 2-0. Game number 3. Wave dash kickoff for dralii. Staring down Rebmob, who has pre-jumped and is floating but cannot stop dralii. And dralii did this from so far away that he has the kind of space to still land and bring it back on target. If this dribble is taken just a little bit closer, then Rebmob's pre-jump might have done enough to guide dralii's dribble off target, force him to hit the back wall, maybe give him a chance to recover. But because dralii started from so far away, he has more than enough space to bring it down to the ground. dralii now, a dribble from his own back corner, wants to double it in, instead doubles it out. Little crossbar ping. He'll have to go next. Rebmob just taking a dribble straight towards dralii's nets. That is not the kind of creativity that will get past dralii. dralii faking. And one thing I will say for Rebmob, despite these first couple games being clearly dralii favored, he is not letting the fakes get to him. He is making sure he's around to make those saves. And little wall dash, long shot. dralii has no choice but to just own goal it. Puts it top left. And it's 1-1. Rebmob kickoff goal to make it 2. I think the reality... Get mobbed on. I think the reality is that we're going to have to see a healthy dose of those kickoff goals for a Rebmob to win. He has been able to keep it close for a while, but he needs to pad what we've seen from him in the midfield with a couple quick kickoff goals. That is a tough angle to try and backflip and score. Rebmob did try. dralii now looking to go quickly, so Rebmob recovers late, and this time he doesn't fake. He uses the flick. dralii's just so comfortable. It is not easy to get a dribble going this quickly. And he just floats behind the ball, ready to read Rebmob and outplay him. dralii, another kickoff in his favor. Rebmob tried to stick around. dralii needs to slow it down. It was a bit of a tough angle, but he tried to get it. Needed to ever so slightly touch it back on target. Rebmob camera check. Noticed dralii is going for midfield boost, so decided he had time to go pick up the back corner 100. And this is a decent air dribble from himself. dralii actually forced into nets, but so quick on the recovery, so it may have felt like he had done enough to extend the possession. But dralii just single jump, pops it into the post, and then booms a long shot to make it 3-2. And dralii is not doing anything on the kickoff. Rebmob, I think, unsure of whether or not that was a strategy from dralii or a disconnect. It's probably him setting his controller down for something. Either way, it's not gonna be too bad of an outcome for dralii. As Rebmob takes it back to his own half. And does eventually score, but dralii had more than enough opportunities. He just passed here to Rebmob with a soft touch. Dralii catch and carry back to his own half. Dodging the demo opportunity and waiting it out on the back wall. If Rebmob could have stayed close, it would have made it a lot more awkward on dralii, but he wanted to go get his 100. He does pre-jump. He has played aggressive defensively on dralii's aerials. And he's going to dunk this in. dralii didn't expect it. So often, this is a big mind game in ones. Whether or not to actually clear this into the corner or to let it bounce off. A lot of players will assume that, you know, from dralii's perspective, he says, no way Rebmob dives. He knows I'm going to clear it. So I'm just going to let it bounce off the back wall and start my counterattack. But Rebmob, reading that dralii might do that, goes for a dive that would otherwise be ill-advised and gets rewarded with a goal. And now gets a kickoff goal to make it 5-3. dralii does seem like he's been able to kind of make the score whatever he wants here late in games. So I do think it's up to Rebmob to really push the lead out in order to stifle the comeback that you should expect to see from dralii in basically every game. Long clear from Rebmob. Rebmob trying to watch dralii behind him, being a pest on the ball. dralii looking to reset, gets demoed, and barring a terrible spawn for the mob. The mob definitely could have scored that. He's going to want that one back. He did not get at the angle he wanted to. Hey, great conversion. Instead of letting it get to him, he sets up another great opportunity. He says, dralii still on 0 boost. Sure, I should have scored that one initially, but I can punish a 0 boost player by lobbing the ball up to a height he couldn't possibly get to and doubling it in. Sure, dralii's good, but there's only so much a Rocket League car can do without any boosts. dralii, nice bump as there was some physical play. These two guys jostling for control, and Rebmob got a terrible landing that guaranteed a dralii goal. Wave dash kickoff for Rebmob. Off the side wall, ground pinch 50. Doesn't go in. dralii prepping in defense. Rebmob doesn't want to bring this ball to the net until the last second because he wants to force dralii as far off the back wall as possible. It's just such an awkward angle. I think with enough tries, Rebmob could have found the backflip angle that would have scored there. Slightly diagonal, but just such an awkward read to make in an instant. Instead, plays it slower. A minute left to go, though. And Rebmob, did he just leave the net open? He did! He wanted the boosts, but he needed to play the ball. dralii, oh, just a really strong bounce for dralii. There is a lot of different bounces that can happen there on that corner. And Rebmob might have gotten the worst one for him. Rebmob passed to himself. Such an aggressive play here with 40 seconds. I mean, it is in stark contrast to what he did right before that. He doesn't go to the kickoff, which is like a really smart play to make. He can waste out the game, or not waste out all the time, but he can control the game, have possession for the rest of, you know, maybe a minute, and be able to finish it off. But, oh, cheeky delay. It works perfectly. He's going to get himself his lead back at the kickoff and another chance to maybe actually play this safe. The fact that he instantly went for the most aggressive dribble of all time, slamming a double into the ceiling that he needed to get a reset for. I mean, that was just surprising. So different than what he did a millisecond ago. dralii misses his wave dash, and that could be a game-losing wave dash as Rebmob out of the back corner just needs to save boost. Save some boost on this landing. Great play from Rebmob. Exactly what he needed to do here. Full field air dribble. Made sure to save about 20 boost in case he doesn't score. Go for a great shot that is safe. A wave dash to the bottom corner. Cinema from the mob. and he may be able to grab himself a game here without a kickoff collapse. Rebmob pass to himself off the sidewall. It's the opposite of a kickoff collapse. He's in control of the kickoff, and he's just going to stay on top of the ball, knowing that even if he doesn't win this 50, great, any sort of touch will slow dralii down, and it's a game for the mob in game number 3. Game number 4. dralii versus the mob. The mob garnering some believers in chats. The Feer chat probably has the most Rebmob believers outside of Rebmob chat himself. Maybe he has picked up just a little bit more with this pogo shot. Game number 4 going to start in style in favor of Rebmob. Is he headed to the ground? He isn't. He is pogoing to send it over the top of dralii. And Rebmob is back in the lead. Delay wave dash kickoff for dralii. Rebmob wants to try and bring this possession back to his own half, but he has to try and not get demoed, so he is flipping away from that. Ooh, dralii angling for the top corner. Can't get it. Has an air dribble reset now. Is just going to play it safe and take it to the other side, but took it there too slow. Allowed Rebmob to transition from where he was at, even with low boost, and still make a save on the far post. dralii's possession continues. Rebmob just gets diced, classic style. Little throwback 1v1. Who needs to get up in the air when all you need to do is get a little power slide cut? I mean, I don't even think you need a power slide there. Just cut it to the opposite side and make it 1-1. Rebmob dying as dralii takes him off the map. And now is looking to score using his singular pad that he has. Rebmob cuts off the angle early, and dralii knows better than to try and steal boost. He's going to let Rebmob take control and go back to his own half. That is nothing. A nothing burger from the mob. Question is whether or not he can keep it going. dralii doesn't want to dive now. I feel like I can see the respect gaining here from dralii to Rebmob. All of a sudden, dralii not challenging everything, not expecting every single touch to go his way. He's recognizing he's against a tough opponent here, and he's going to have to be careful. But that might even play against him, because when he was playing at supreme confidence, he was able to run games completely out of reach. Again, the fake game. So often against these top players, just little fakes, just little threats like that. Oh my goodness, where did dralii go? Rebmob switched it up, and he did not take an air dribble. This bounce is often turned into air dribbles, and Rebmob says, I'm not taking an air dribble if you're pre-jumping it. I'll just kill the bounce and roll it in. dralii goes soaring past, and Rebmob retakes the lead. Rebmob immediately tries to run up the hype with some insane chain dashing on 0 boost, and lets dralii have an open nets. dralii pass outs to himself. Low 50? No, not even a 50, because Rebmob is playing so passively. That's just a landing catch. So despite Rebmob's very fancy couple goals, dralii finds himself in the lead again. And we got half of this game number 4 left to play. dralii gonna make it 4-2. I talked about it before. Kickoff goals probably have to almost exclusively be in Rebmob's favor for a series win to be the result for him. dralii picks up Rebmob's corner and is able to pressure him off of picking up anymore. Really smart play from Rebmob to prioritize possession there. A weaker mind might have wanted to pick up that corner boost, but he needs control of the ball. dralii fell with a reset the whole way. Uses it to steal the ball away, but Decent play from Rebmob. That 50 I didn't love. Felt like there was a low chance of him winning it, but he did get just enough. What was that landing dash? What is going on with Rebmob? He's going to have to leave the play, and dralii has been near 100%, I feel like, in his conversions when he's able to get a really clean open dribble, but credit to Rebmob. Pre-jumps it. Takes that one away. Can he create a possession out of it? He should. Well, I thought he was going to be able to get boost, but no, he's not going to be able to get anything. Even without boost, he can't recover in time because dralii will just land on the side wall and use that ground to power shot a 90-kilometer-per-hour ball and get a 3-goal lead. Rebmob no jumps on the kickoff and actually just wins it straight. This is not often what the no jump kickoff is for. I want to watch it again. A slight delay. Yeah, and, you know, a lot of people are doing the no jump kickoff where they try and lose to their back corner, but with Rebmob delaying, he is very clearly trying to do exactly what he just did, which is just pop it straight up and then score off of it. We've seen him do it a couple times, actually. Now only down 2. This kickoff didn't go his way, though. And dralii is right back to where he's so comfortable. And there's only so much you can do. You can slow him down, but you can't stop him. And the musty for 105 km/h flick easily sails past Rebmob. Rebmob, I thought, was maybe going to dive into dralii. Ooh, dralii left that boost. Kind of a big deal, but... Oh, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. He was clearly just trying to bait Rebmob into thinking he could make an air dribble so he could dunk it right off the top of him directly into the nets. I thought that was hitting back wall or post to where Rebmob would be the one to go and collect it and have possession, but nope, it's just straight in. 7-3. Rebmob still looking mechy on his double reset. dralii isn't going to have any of it. That's what he looked like yesterday against Joreas. Joreas is putting on a great array of quality shots. All of them met with a light crossbar ping as dralii pushed them into the woodwork in a way. Now dralii taking advantage of the poor setup from Rebmob. He actually does make the save. A tough read watching it from his POV, but it's not going to matter much. This game number 4 is going to dralii. Rebmob going to need the 3 straight to try and bring it back. Not going to be easy. dralii getting fancy. Yes, dralii versus Joreas did already happen. Exclamation point YouTube. Go check it out. Happy belated birthday. You can't just say that at any time of the year and get away with it. Rebmob 1-1 for the road. Doesn't get it. dralii a win away from advancing in the double or nothing challenge. Game 5. dralii has his eyes on the maximum prize. And Rebmob may just be a slight bump in the road if he cannot recreate the magic of what I was believe game number 3. dralii with the first kickoff possession. Resets, catch and cut. He makes it seem like he might go behind Rebmob and ends up just bringing it directly towards him, which leaves Rebmob completely awkward. If it goes back behind him, he can maybe even get a backflip angle. If it goes in front of him, he can turn it and make towards the play, but by bringing it straight at him, it makes his 50 impossibly weak. All he can do is side flip towards dralii, and then any other bounce out the other way is going to go past him and into the nets, which is what we saw. dralii makes a save and is so naturally into a dribble of his own and might have even gotten the perfect power on this to beat Rebmob. dralii has maybe had enough of this series. Slight cancel on that flick to drop it right underneath him. dralii now with his 2-goal lead, already seemingly getting comfortable, looking for special resets away from the standard as he tries to push the limit even more. Dralii, 50 on the sidewall, pinches out to midfield, 3-1. Dralii making it look easy now. Not quite as much delay on the no-jump kickoff as we're used to seeing from Rebmob. Maybe he was trying to lose it into his back corner this time. He's going to get bumped from underneath the ball. As Dralii has to be careful here. Rebmob has boost. And he does manage to dodge the pressure. Dralii has already pre-jumped. Rebmob playing patiently with a boost disadvantage, but seemingly was trying to hold on to it till eventually he elects to just clear it across the field. Let Dralii have another dribble. Probably a mistake considering what we've seen from him so far, but Dralii is human after all and does not connect on that one. Rebmob not even looking to play the ball, it didn't seem. Looked like he was trying to connect with Dralii on some bumps. Now going to be forced to ceiling heights. Could not connect on that challenge. Dralii walks it in for a fourth. No matter how many brick bobs you spam, I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Dralii, oh my goodness, he just readjusts himself off the bump and quickly still makes a play on the ball. So he sends a redirect the length of the field. Is Rebmob going for one of his own? He just doubled it directly in front of his net. It might actually work out in baiting Dralii in to try and score, but Dralii's recovery is good enough to take away the shot attempts. Dralii, half flip cannot stop this. He drops a whoops, but I'm not sure he's in too much trouble right now. Clearly feels in full control. Rebmob, surprised. Oh, nice reset shot. I feel like whenever you see a defender waiting as much as he does, or as much as Dralii is doing right here, you see irritable bumps, but Rebmob says, no, I'm not cringe. I'm going to go resets. I'm going to get past him by going reset top lefts. And it's interesting because all of a sudden it's a one-goal game. It really doesn't feel that way. The way Dralii is controlling this series and the start of this game. And maybe this is the reason why. It's going to extend right back. But technically Rebmob in striking distance. A couple kickoff goals away from maybe stealing away a game. Problem is kickoff goals haven't been going in his favor. Nice bump and pre-flip by Rebmob to prevent that goal. Wanted the zap dash, didn't get it. Now is leaving the net super wide open, and I wasn't sure if that was part of baiting Dralii into flicking into a save, but he definitely... Yo, goodbye, Feer's bank account. Hey! Rebmob saying nobody's going to be able to take this guy down. Dralii looking for multiple resets. Rebmob now off the sidewall. Backflip. Does perfectly land on the reset. Just goes 50. Isn't able to get much out of it. Minute 30. Dralii needs to hold on. And he's got himself a game, set, match. Dralii, ceiling pinch, double. Seems like these guys are kind of just driving it out. Unless Rebmob scores right here, which the fake did not work. A minute and 3. I mean, it really is within reach without context. if you hop into this game right now, I mean, there's a goal for Rebmob. You might be thinking, I mean, Rebmob he's certainly still in this one. But the way Dralii has controlled the game when he wants to, it's hard to imagine. Wait a second, Rebmob. Kickoff possession in his favor. Dralii's on the ball, but with low boost. So he will have to give the ball right back. Rebmob, ooh, instantly challenged by Dralii, and it is going to be a freebie because Dralii did not connect. Rebmob flicks it top left. And the believers continue to believe. Huge delay kickoff. We've seen a bunch of cheeky goals from Rebmob. He's not going to get boost here, though. Oh, he gets a demo! Can he score off of it? Dralii responds on the other side. The pre-flip works. The Brick Bobs have brought in Rebmob all the way back. Maybe the spam was enough. But it's not over until Rebmob has a lead and Dralii has the next kickoff. He is just going to flick an easy one on target. Rebmob with a reset catch gets demoed. He did force Dralii far enough away that Rebmob should be able to respawn. Dralii instantly into the air to try and take advantage of a low boost defender. Rebmob escapes underneath. He is staring at an open net. He will put it on target. Rebmob up 7-6. With 8 seconds left to go, your Brick Bobs have done it. Rebmob in the lead. And now needs to hold on. Will he fake the kickoff like he's done previously to try and hold on to the leads? No, he goes to a wave dash kickoff. Bumps Dralii. That honestly could be enough. Neither one of them has boost. Dralii sends it away. Or sorry, Rebmob sends it away into the ground. We have another game. This series isn't over yet. Maybe Feer's bank account is safe. And Brick Bob is the one to blame. Rebmob has forced game 6. Maybe not something we were expecting. I was certainly feeling like I was watching a Dralii comfortable walk in the park towards the end of that game. I know he had dropped a game already, but when he's been in control, it's felt like insurmountable leads. Rebmob did it. He beat insurmountable odds to get picked out of chat to be the one to play in the last marathon stream. Maybe the odds are on his side as he gets an air dribble reset top shelf. And we'll start game number 6 up 1-0. Dralii picking up Rebmob's back corner boost. Rebmob wants a pogo to outplay. I think the pogo was still necessary to buy him time and make Dralii's setup awkward. He does return to make the save. Rebmob resets. No ground pinch instead. Starts again off the bounce. Dralii waiting as long as possible. 50. Guided away. We have yet to see Rebmob break through Dralii's defense when he goes for the 50s, which you've seen a few different times now. Dralii's been too clean. This shot is off the post and out. Rebmob dives. Dralii's going to have a quicker recovery on the 50, but he shouldn't be able to score. Did Rebmob bring him far enough away from the play? Yeah, he's going to be able to pick up the 100 as well. Might try and snag a demo here. Dralii cannot escape. Rebmob will fall off the ceiling and use his flip to score. Dralii knew it was coming, and he thought surely the top of the arena is somewhere I could be to avoid it. But no. Rebmob chases him down. And it's up 2-0. Delay kickoff from Dralii. Rebmob to the side wall. Air dribble, resets, wave dash, cuts it back the other way. Little camera check to see what Dralii's up to. Does not have a lot of boost, so he has to be careful on these 50s. Has to jump to dodge the bump and did not land safe enough. I'm watching from his POV because I want to see how he tries to save this. He cannot. He saves the first one, but not the next. Dralii forces the double jump save. If he could have got it. Nah, I mean, there's almost nothing he could do. Maybe if he got the perfect angle on the post, he could have gotten a really awkward bounce for Dralii. But with it just bouncing straight out, Dralii not going to have any trouble finishing it off. Rebmob outplays Dralii. Can he score off of it? Nope, too soft. And now Dralii's going to punish, or at least attempt to. Great recovery from Rebmob. These guys both playing well. Rebmob tap towards the net. Dralii makes the first save, in and out. Not going to take a power shot. Is going to go for a dribble. Heavy boost disadvantage for Dralii. Strong flick. Rebmob makes sure to get the post. I think that in general when making saves from shadow position, if you can save it off of the post or crossbar, you get a much better clear, something that is way less likely to be followed up by your opponents. So you'll see players going for it whenever they can. Interesting flip from Rebmob. Dralii with a feels backflip. I think he was going to try and punish Rebmob there. Wasn't able to. Rebmob bounce dribble, gets faked, but then gets a great shot out of it. Really good play. Got faked on Rebmob, or Dralii's fake challenge. Rebmob, he is quicker, and he has got this one in the top shelf. Dralii went all the way out to the corner, did pick up the 100 boost, was hoping to maybe bump Rebmob as a way to stop him from shooting that. But he could not. Dralii, little camera check to see what the mob is up to, and actually saw him diving to challenge and knew he could turn back and beat him to it. Rebmob has to remain confident. To be fair, that has not been an issue for him. Rebmob bumps. Clean landing. Is it clean enough to get a save? No. He did land in reverse to make something out of it. But it was a strong enough bump. Minute 42. Rebmob has led early, but Dralii has brought it back. Dralii on match point. If he could win this game, it's all over. Rebmob trying to force a game 7 here at level 2 for Dralii. Rebmob, can he get back to make the save? I don't think he can. Dralii, he did force Dralii to go too high, and Dralii landed too close. Couldn't get the follow-up. Both these guys are very low on boost. Rebmob, very patient to not panic and jump and flip it away. Allow the ball to fall to the ground and catch it. Now he wants to get a power shot. That should not work. Dralii has the catch and is now trying to go the other way. That's not a good flip from Rebmob. I think if he gets a diagonal speed, like if he gets a speed flip here, I think he's fine. If he speed flips out, he can, maybe not. It might not matter, but if he gets a better flip there, he stands a chance at being able to 50 that follow-up. Dralii wins the kickoff with a minute left to go. A really important kickoff. Oh no, Rebmob flipping past the play. Can he recover to make the save? Nope, Dralii gets it in. The Cinderella story may be ending right here. Rebmob needs a kickoff. Goes to old reliable in these situations. The heavy delay chip. Hoping to pop it to the ceiling and score. And even though he didn't do it immediately, he does still get a goal. Old reliable works again. The brick bobs in chat. Bring the RNG bounces his way. Of course, there are no RNG bounces, but still. Rebmob not going to delay this time. He's done a really good job of mixing it up. Now, a little camera check to see what Dralii was up to. Great catch. Trying to get to the other side of the net. Can't get it inside. But Dralii had to respect it. Power shot, top shelf. Dralii denies in an awkward spot, though, as he lands on the post. Another power shot. Dralii cannot keep it out. And Rebmob should have an easy follow-up. 5-5 with 27 seconds left to go. We are all equal. Rebmob trying to force game 7. Dralii trying to move on to level 3. Delay kickoff! Hit him with the same move. Well, not quite. Dralii going wave dash kickoff. Rebmob just took a standard. Oh, not a great flip, too. It did not have to be that bad. But flipped out of the way. And now he needs a kickoff goal. Both of them delaying. This is heavily in favor of Rebmob. Can he score it immediately? A little bump. Oh, my goodness. Rebmob has done it. Just when you think it's over, he gets a kickoff goal of his own. Another delay from both players. Are we going to see yet another delay? A standoff of who can delay more to get possession. This one goes in favor of Dralii. Rebmob thought about staying close, but now is going to back off. Dralii with space. His flick game's been good. He's going to go bump. Rebmob saves it and denies the cringe. Dralii on very low boost as he taps this one to the side wall. Rebmob hits it to the back wall. He should be able to score it. 0 seconds. No! 1 second. Rebmob with the lead. Dralii's going next! He doesn't want to go to the kickoff. He doesn't want to go to the kickoff. I have to listen to him. He says next. He doesn't even want to try it at 1 second. He just wants game 7. So we're headed to game 7. Dralii versus the mob. Dralii started his double or nothing run yesterday. His first match against Jorias. He looked unbeatable there. And for a lot of this level 2, he looked unbeatable as well. But the Rebmob is something about a timer. Okay. That probably should have been a goal. Something about a timer being on the screen while playing on my stream just supercharges him. Oh, we got Dralii to own goal. Dralii drops the whoops. It's whoops both ways. As Rebmob up 1-0. Rebmob resets. Ground pinch denied. Dralii reset top left. Makes it 1-1. Rebmob gets one of these a game. Ultra heavy delay. Oh wait, this one's not going to be a goal though. He wasn't able to get back to it and shoot it in time. It had maybe a little bit more forward of an arc, so it didn't hit the ceiling as early and get back down as early. Dralii able to recover, and now Dralii should be staring at a wide open net, and he'll make it 2-1. Dralii takes this one into his back corner. Really go double jump bump. Rebmob stopped the cringe earlier. This time he turns and dives and cuts off the flick before Dralii can get it going. This dribble starts away from the net, but these guys have no trouble bringing it back. And look at that. It actually ends up near post too. Dralii, you might think, would have trouble bringing it back to the net at all. Just barely make it in far post. No, gonna catch, cuts. Make it 3-1. Dralii is doing it once again. Starting to look like he cannot be stopped. Look at the pre-flip flick from Dralii. Rebmob just drops a yeah fair. He knows he's not stopping this one. Dralii putting that all the way back behind Rebmob. And we find ourselves in yet another situation that feels like Dralii has won. Like he has all control of the series. Like everything just goes however he feels. And yet we've been there before in the past couple of games. And what has been the end result? It's been Rebmob. And I mean, it continues. A nice wall pinch. This is such an insane play from Dralii. Just to casually... I mean, look at the perfect pinch. How is that a pinch out of the corner? He just knows exactly where to touch it to slam it into the ceiling and back down. How big of a deficit can Rebmob come back from? He is just trying to force maximum cinema. He's going to let Dralii touch this one. Instead of going for the early angle, he'll just grab 100 boost and play the little bit of a longer con. He's got more than enough time to do stuff like that. Trying to go for a ground double with Dralii hanging out right there. And he gives himself a great pass as Dralii easily able to send that into the nets. Rebmob, camera check off the kickoff win. Going for a triple touch. Dralii able to break it up on that second touch on the back wall. Might have an angle here. Rebmob forcing Dralii in. That is no. Oh, I was going to say it's not going to be enough, but it actually is exactly what was needed. A lob to the high part of the nets that he just barely can't get to and stop. 6-2. The holds are beginning to pop up in chat. All they need now is a single goal from Rebmob to be believers in yet another comeback. Where is Rebmob going? Oh, he had the read. He had the read that Dralii could not get it on target. And now he has the boost. Rebmob decides to use the musty as he sees Dralii creeping in towards the play. He's probably hoping to flick it past him. Nice pre-jump. Dralii sends the ball right into him. Can he avoid the demo? He can. Dralii just waiting out for a 50. Got bumped and might get beat by a power shot here. There's no way he does it again. Can we get holds in the chat, please? There's no way he does it one more time. Delayed kickoff from Dralii. Does bring the lead right back to 4. Dralii intercepting, looking for a really tough angle. Wanted the follow-up. Rebmob actually should get a goal out of this because that 50 went heavily in his favor. Aggressive play from Dralii didn't pay off. Minute 30 to make back these 3 goals. Rashmadan, name of the 14 months. Rebmob with possession. Chips up into the air. Dralii with a full boost tank waiting on the ground. Rebmob will reset past him and double it in. How did he have that off the post? Everything's turning up Mob today. He cannot possibly have been planning to double it off that post at that exact angle. But of course, he's there to get the finish. Another low wave dash 50 kickoff's going to go in Dralii's favor. Rebmob pre-flips underneath it. Can he get the save? The backflip! It was 80% of the way through, but Rebmob's made the save. He might even have... Oh, I wanted to see a zap dash landing there to try and get there quick enough to convert. Dralii, low boost, has pads to work with because he'll go pick some up. Rebmob goes ceiling height, wants a 50. Dralii's been so good at keeping the 50s out. That long shot isn't it, though. We'll just give Rebmob control. He should play a heavy touch off the side wall in order to take advantage of Dralii late positioning. Dralii still makes the save. Rebmob taps this one high. Boost should respawn for him in time. Dralii just puts a shot on net to force Dralii, or to force Rebmob back. Rebmob does not pick up his own corner. Dralii should be putting on the nail in the coffin right now. GG's! Rebmob! With what I've seen from you today, he calls GG's, but I mean, listen, I have to end it. I absolutely have to end it. There's no GG'sing and not going for it. Dralii will win in Game 7. Man, 30 seconds, 3 goals. Rebmob, he doesn't believe. I'm sure chat would have believed. Dralii will advance in the double or nothing.